Guys, we have a special guest here on our podcast. It's Mr. Killinger. I just call him J-Dog now. I just call him Kill.
Mr. Killinger sounds like some sort of English hitman.
Yeah, he was an English hitman.
Like if you're waiting, like
he's my English teacher. Before we go anywhere, that's what I should say. In high school, what year did you teach me?
Your sophomore year.
Holy shit, I was just a little baby. My sophomore year, he taught me. We bonded. He helped me cheat on tests. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, he would slip me. He would slip me answers.
Yeah, I was gonna say helping cheat like doesn't quite go far enough. Like I would just give you the answers.
He'd give me the answers. Right. He'd fill it all out for me.
No, he wouldn't.
No. I'm trying to get him fired. Joe, cut out the part where we say he didn't and just make it seem like he's a bad man. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Kill's in LA. He's visiting. It's really exciting. So I want to bring him by, see if he has any high school memories we can unleash.
I've got all kinds of high school memories. I feel like most of my good stories about you now are post high school, just in terms of.
There's a good story you have now?
The crazy. Yeah, your life is insane right now. Every time I hang out with you, it's like you're getting mobbed by people.
High school is so interesting.
I know, but high school, you were just like...
Yeah, oh, bro, did we talk about this on the last podcast? I took him to Chief Keef's house. I was doing this, like, I did a photo shoot for my friend, Shelby and Sandy. They have a new brand coming out. And I took Killinger to Chief Keef's house, which is fucking really weird. It was like, it's like, first of all... I asked him to do it, and I was surprised he said yes. I was like, "Would you mind coming to?"
Killinger or Chief Keef?
A little bit of both. So it was a photo shoot at Chief Keef's house. I've never met him before.
Right.
And Chief Keef's a rapper, for those of you who don't know. So I was like kind of nervous. I was like, "Oh man, like what if I'm like not tough enough to be hanging out with him? I look like a little bitch." And I asked Killinger, I was like, "Can you come with me to Chief Keef's house just for protection, just so I feel safe?" But no, we pulled up to the house. Chief Keef was super nice.
Totally nice.
Like so nice. Like right off the gate. Like he was really nice. He knew that we were both from Chicago, so he like said like Chicago boys, which is really funny. Then I was reading through the comments of like the picture of me and him, and one of the comments was two very different parts of Chicago. It was really funny. But it was really funny because Chief Keef's friend was there also, and while I was taking pictures with Chief Keef, Killinger was like talking up one of his friends, and it was the fucking funniest thing. It was like,
yeah, it wasn't smooth. My wife and I both were like trying to keep a conversation going, and it was just not like we didn't have anything to talk about. We kept trying. I was like, so are you also from Chicago? He's like, no, I'm from LA. We're like, okay. Like regrouping. We're like, oh, and are you also a rapper? He's like, no. We're like, all right, we're out of questions.
It was
like, we don't
dude.
know.
It was the way I described it. It was like exactly like watching a Jason Bateman movie where Jason Bateman has to like smuggle drugs across from Mexico because his boss is making him, and now he's like stuck talking to the cartel, and he doesn't know how to make conversation even though he's supposed to be the cool guy. Like that's how Killinger felt in that moment. Like,
well, the setup was weird too because again, it was Chief Keef's first time meeting you, and you were like, hey, I'm David. This is my English teacher. It's like it's a really fucked up way to introduce.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't a winning situation, but it turned out pretty fucking great. So I was very, very excited. Were you nervous? I feel like you don't get nervous.
I wouldn't say I was nervous. It was unusual.
On our way over there, I was just fucking blasting all of Chief Keef's music, and I was like, "You don't know this one?" And I was like, "Bitches love so," and Killinger's like, "No, not familiar with this one."
Jason, I was trying to pretend that it was because I quit teaching, and so like the kids aren't keeping me hip anymore. I'm like, "No, David, like I'm sure I would have known this song, like because kids told me stuff." And he was like, "No, dude, this definitely came out when you were still a teacher." I was like, "Okay, but I have no idea."
I was like, "No, this was definitely popping when you were like a teacher. This is what everybody was listening to."
I just noticed your new tattoo, and I was so confused by it. When the fuck did you get that?
I got it like 4 nights ago. So
wait,
yeah,
what is that?
I went to this. Have you ever seen Emperor's New Groove?
Oh, it's a llama.
Yeah, it's the vial.
I've never seen it, but
yeah.
How many tats you have now?
I think 13.
Wow.
12, I don't know.
Which one you hate the most?
I don't hate any of them. I think my shark tattoo is my least favorite one.
There was a compilation on Twitter yesterday. Someone tweeted it was everybody that got an Apple tattoo that says "Think Different." Like that's Apple's slogan is "Think Different," and it was like 40 people, and they tagged me and they're like, "This is Ilya."
I don't get lame tattoos like that.
Let me see.
Which one?
Show me the lame one.
It's on my knee.
Oh, so you know you have a lame one.
Yeah,
it's on my knee.
It's not lame. It's my least favorite.
No, I'm kidding. Let me see. This one's lame, bro.
Discipline?
It says
I like that one.
What are you talking about? Everybody likes discipline.
I don't know. And then what is this one? You have Texas on your
arm?
arm?
No, it's Belarus.
No, I'm kidding.
Bro, come on.
Who's from Belarus?
I am. Yeah, no, listen.
Who's from Belarus?
I was on this
That's
date.
not Russia.
Listen, I was on this date with this girl.
Yeah.
And I was on a double date with Joe and Annalise, and my date's name was also Annalise.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
What if you went home with the wrong Annalise?
I mean, I almost did. That was pretty crazy.
That would be confusing. And just to preface,
Joe.
this double date. It wasn't a coincidence that her name was Annalise. You found an Annalise on Instagram and you DM'd her and you said, "Can you go on a date with my other friend who's also named Annalise?"
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast this Annalise.
Yeah, casted.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
So we were at dinner and Joe and his girlfriend were asking Annalise and I questions about, like us, right? Like what we have in common.
Yeah.
And like one of the questions was, "What's your favorite movie?" And at the same time, dead ass, we both said Emperor's New Groove.
Wow.
That's fucking insane.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's really crazy.
What was
That
your
is
reaction
bizarre.
like, bro?
We both like freaked out. We were like, "What the fuck?"
You think
This
she
is
knew
really
that like
weird.
that was your favorite movie?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because that's
fucking it's
I've never
pretty-
heard anybody in my life say it's their
I
favorite
know.
movie.
That's why we got these tattoos. So we got matching tattoos at a tattoo parlor that night.
Oh, she got one too?
Yeah.
Her
Oh
first
my
tattoo?
God, really?
No, she has tattoos.
Oh, okay. Yo, the funniest fucking thing. I went over to Jason's house to watch
so weird.
the election. It was weird being at Jason's house.
Yeah, it was so nice to have you there, to be honest.
It was nice. It was a very comfortable house. And Jason was texting Marnie, his ex-wife, and I could tell he was stressed out. And I was like, "What is she saying?" And he goes, "I just texted her." Like, as a joke, because we're watching the election, he goes, "Hey, who's winning?" That's what he texted Marnie. And she goes, I'm reading the text right now. She goes, "Are you fucking with me?" He goes, "No, lol. I was just asking what you think. How is it looking?" She goes, "I don't know. I just ordered their fucking food from CPK and canceled immediately because it says pickup. They are charging me the $80 for the order anyway, so I'm ready to start smashing things. I suggest you stop texting me." Bro, that's fucking crazy that she got like that for the fucking election.
Then she called me later and was upset about something, and she ended it with, she's like, "I'm just letting you know that I'm moving out of this fucking country."
Really?
Like that. And I was like, okay. I got you. I know it's election night.
You made her sound like a man. And I'm moving out of this fucking country.
I did. It came out like that.
It came out very manly. And then it was really funny because Marnie was fucking so pissed. And then Jason calls his daughter, who's like, what, 12 years old, 13 years old?
Yeah.
And it's just so funny because you just see Charlie pick up and she's like, "Oh my God, she's freaking out right now." And it was like so funny to see Jason have a conversation with his 12-year-old daughter about how much mom was freaking out. And Jason was like, "Yep, Charlie, it's all your fault. You shouldn't have campaigned so hard for Trump. Now he's gonna win the election, and your mother's gonna hate you forever."
Then she was on Charlie about like posting late on election night on TikTok, and Charlie's like, "All my followers are 10." It's just like, they don't vote.